Welcome to today's stream. So today's Tuesday and I'm really happy to see you. I just lowered my volume so you're not going to hear the echo. Definitely let me know in the chat if anything weird is going on with the music, because when I started, when I did a test, no, not a test, when I had the Just a Moment screen going, I got like some weird double sound. So, like double music sound. So, okay, I'm doing some things right now. I'm doing some learning and setting up, and I'm setting some stuff up so that I'll be able to stream both vertically and horizontally at the same time. And I just want to make sure that the music for both is not coming through at the same time, because the vertical stream is not live yet. So I'm just gonna, and bear with me, I apologize for the for this. Hold on one second. I think I hear one music. Anyway, so this is kind of cool news, right? Kind of cool is that I'm working on improvements. I'm working on... There we go. I'm working on having a vertical and a horizontal stream at the same time. It can be done. They're two separate streams, and I'm working on setting that up. And then I would have like one chat for everything. So it's kind of like I'm gonna erase this. I drew this last night. I finished inking this last night. This was the picture from. Let me interrupt myself. This was the picture that we did on Catherine Crow Day. And that was the 5th, day 5. Ooh, I don't like this eraser on this paper. It sticks. It wants to stick to the ink. So I'm going to use a Staedtler Mars plastic instead. Gonna just clean it off first and try and use a clean edge. So I'll just erase this while I finish telling you about what's happening. So I am, you might see some funny things going on my channel today, tomorrow. I am working to make improvements. So I'm probably going to be doing some test streams where I am streaming both horizontally and vertically. I just got to test some stuff out to see if it's something that I can do. And I'm also going to have a different, like a chatbot thing where it's like a management tool. Ooh. There's like a management tool. It's called Nightbot, and it's basically just like it collects both of your stream chats into one, so that you can just sort of have better control over, so you can see chats when people chat, and you can get rid of any spam bot that comes in, and it's just great. So I might have to abort mission on erasing this during this stream, because I think I need to do it more close up. This paper, right, is new to me. I'm going to show you the cover of it again. It's Pen and Ink Canson XL. And it's got a really fine surface. It's smooth. And I honestly I got it for Inktober because I thought, I start them from the back because I'm a lefty. I got it for Inktober because I thought, let's try this paper out. It's Inktober. It's like the, you know, is there a more perfect time to try this paper out? And I've used marker paper before, and it's actually quite similar to marker paper. It's very smooth. It's 80 pound, which is definitely less than I usually like to use. I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee, excuse me. And, you know, I wasn't sure that I was gonna like it, but I love Canson XL line. I really like the paper. It hasn't let me down yet, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Since I'm using, like, mostly or always, I'm using ink this month in some way, shape, or form in every piece that I'm doing. I thought, you know, what better time to do it? And I think maybe I mean, it's okay, but like, would I buy it again? Probably not. And it's nothing on Canson XL because I love their line. I really love their line. But I kind of think I won't. Not because it's not lovely to work on, it is, but there are other factors that I don't like. Let me show you one of them. Cheers. Let me show you one of them. So yesterday I did, where'd I put it? I'm gonna get it for you. Yesterday I did this. I used Clairefontaine Black Mixed Media extra heavyweight paper, which I love, and I did this one. With, you know, I mean, I used ink, so I didn't break the rules of the month, but it's house paint on this beautiful paper, which I love this paper. This is interior house paint with ink and paint pen. So it's not, you know, purist, but that's beside the point. But while I was doing this, I was waiting for the paint to dry. And while I was waiting for the paint to dry, I did an alternate moon because it was really going with the quote. So I thought I'll just do another moon and we'll see where that takes us. So, all right, I know it's thin. I know it's thin paper, and I know I used some water, but this kind of thing I don't like. I don't like that. So maybe I'm a brat. Maybe I'm a brat, I don't know, but I didn't like the rippling. And yeah, okay, that's a function of paper. I understand, but I wasn't thrilled with that. When I came back to it later and it was all dry and it's like doing this total like, I want to curl. I'm like, no, why? But this looks really nice though, right? What a great base for something. I'm not sure what this is going to be, but it's going to be something at some point. So that's nice. I'm going to use the paper today. I do really like it. Don't use water on it. Or use very, very minimal water on it. Yeah, I'm just going to continue using it. And I'm just going to, you know, use what I have. So, but I have to tell you, let me show you. This is the other, and I can't find this one at my local Blick. I looked, I couldn't find it. I was going to buy another one. Just like it. Strathmore Vision Mixed Media. Great paper, love it. 98 pounds, 7x10, great size. And I really like how this one takes ink. It's beautiful. And, hold on a second. Look at it, it's lovely. I like the absorbency. It's smooth enough. It's absorbent a little bit, but you don't get any feathering, you know? I'm not getting like little veiny, feathery stuff. It's lovely. It feels substantial. I like a substantial paper. What can I say? I like it to feel, you know, I like it to feel like, oh, that's nice, you know. And these are for my Roses coloring book that I am in the process of laying out, and I'm self-publishing, and I'll let you know when it's ready. But I gotta tell you, I just switched. You may know this already if you are here, but I just switched from Adobe to Affinity, and I'm in the learning curve big time, so I'm figuring it out. I did take care of most of that artwork while I still had Adobe, in terms of I vectored it and, you know, cleaned it up and stuff for the book, but I have some pieces that are left that I need to do, and I am honestly, like, I'm getting there. The tide is turning. I'm learning, but you know, the way to learn is to get thrown into the fire, right? And I did like a year ago, I did a whole free trial thing, and I never touched it. I never touched Affinity because I knew I was going to leave Adobe. I knew that was going to happen. And so I was trying to prepare myself, and I didn't touch it. And I think the only way for me to actually do it is if I have to. So I did. I quit Adobe. They sent me an email, you know, like a month ago, and was like, they were like, hey, Kathy, we're raising our prices, and you're going to have to pay this every month. And I knew this was happening. But I like to have my system the way I like it, and I just look away until I think I just looked away until it was like imminent, and then I'm like, okay. So there was a day, I think it was that day or maybe the day after, where I went to the Affinity website and I purchased the their universal. So I have it. I have all the programs for iPad, desktop, which is great. It's great. It's like back in the olden days, back in the olden Adobe days, and I love it because when you bought per version, and I like that because, you know, I want to be in charge of that. Subscriptions, you know, they're just out of control. The whole subscription thing is out of control. And here's today's author. This is Mary Elizabeth Braddon. And here are two quotes that I really liked of hers. Guilt soon learns to die. Amazing quote. I mean, learns to lie. I'm sorry, not die. I loved this quote. Sorry, I misread that. For a second I'm reading it and I'm like, that doesn't make as much sense. Guilt soon learns to lie. Amazing quote. And then London's like a forest, we shall be lost in it. I thought this one had more visual, I could do more visually with that. This one was less of it was a little harder, obviously, because I'm not doing it today. I'm doing this one instead. Although if you follow along and if you do my prompt list, feel free to pick any quote from any of these authors at all, because I just made these slides as, you know, food for thought. There's nothing here that's like you know, this is what we're doing. Do whatever you like, but I would love it if you would join in, because this is such a education for me, and I'm learning so much about women writers that I didn't know before, and it's great. So, and I'm also learning just about society and socio-cultural things that I did not know before. So, I'm just going to go to her Wikipedia for a quick second so we can just do a little bit of a rundown. I did not prepare a 5-minute intro of her before today, besides what I had been Googling before, but there's at least one link in the description where you can go and find out a little bit more information about her. I've been trying to put, you know, some information in there for you so you can go and read about the author further if you would like. Because this is kind of like a public service, right? Like a lot of these women you never hear about anymore. You didn't even, I mean, some of these quotes are very hard to find. Like sometimes if you're Googling one of these writers, it's not always easy to find the quotes. I did, however, find a really great website called Quotations by Women. I believe that's what it's called. It's purple. So if you Google quotes by women, and then you go onto what is the tab? You go onto, I think it's like I don't know whether it's news or websites or whatever. You know how like there's tabs at the top? Go to the tab that is in line with websites or news or whatever, and the website will come up. But if you don't see it there, it's a little harder to find. So that's why I wanted to let you know. You can find it on Google, but you can't find it on Google like in all the tabs. You can only find it. It only shows up sometimes. Excuse my slurp. Excuse my coffee slurp. Okay, Mary Elizabeth Braddon. She was born October 4th, October baby, 1835, and she died February 4th, 1915. An English popular novelist of the Victorian era. She is best known for her 1862 sensation novel. That's a type of novel that they did. You know, it was like a genre, I believe. Lady Audley's Secret, which has also been dramatized and filmed several times. Her novel Circe, C-I-R-C-E, 1867, was published under the pseudonym Babington White. And I hadn't heard about that because I don't know that Circe is goth. I was kind of looking for more goth, obviously, because that's our theme. And Lady Audley's Secret, even though it's a sensation novel, I think it fits the bill because that is her most... It fit in when I was doing my research, so... Okay. So I'm going to leave her to you guys to look into a little bit if you want to. Born in Soho, London. Okay, because our theme is London today. We're doing London. All right. I will feel incomplete if I do not read a little bit about her. Born in Soho, London, Mary Elizabeth... So I'm just going to do it. Mary Elizabeth Braddon was privately educated. Her mother, Fanny, she must have had money. Her mother, Fanny, separated from her father, Henry, because of his infidelities in 1840 when Braddon was 5. When Braddon was 10, her brother, Edward, left for India and later Australia, where he became Premier of Tasmania. What's Premier of Tasmania? Let's find out. Head of government of the state of Tasmania, Australia. Okay, wow. So, like, big-time politician, right? Mary worked as an actress for 3 years, when she was befriended by Clara and Adelaide Biddle. They were only playing minor roles, but Braddon was able to support herself and her mother. Adelaide noted that Braddon's interest in acting waned as she began writing novels. She met John Maxwell. Let's see how old he was. He's about 11 years older than her. A publisher of periodicals, magazines, in April 1861 and moved in with him in 1861. Ooh, scandal. However, Maxwell was already married to Marianne Crowley, scandal, with whom he had 5 children, scandal, scandal. While Maxwell and Braddon were living as husband and wife, Crowley was living with her family. In 1864, Maxwell tried to legitimize their relationship by telling the newspapers that they were legally married. Liar, liar, pants on fire. However, Richard Brinsley Knowles wrote to these papers, informing them that his sister-in-law and true wife of Maxwell was still living, thereby exposing Braddon's wife's status as a facade. Braddon acted as stepmother to his children until 1874 when Maxwell's wife died and they were able to get married at St. Bride's Church in Fleet Street. Wow. Braddon had 6 children by him. Gerald, Fanny, Francis, William, Winifred, Rosalie, and Edward Harry Harrington. Eldest daughter, Fanny Margaret Maxwell, married the naturalist Edmund Selous. Do we know about this? Where Fanny founded a local branch of the Women's Institute in 1923, of which she became the first president. Their second eldest son was the novelist William Babington Maxwell. Braddon died on February 4th, 1915 in Richmond, then in Surrey. Wait. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. In Richmond, then in Surrey, and is interred in Richmond Cemetery. Her home had been Lichfield House in the center of town, which was replaced by a block of flats in 1936. Lichfield Court. There is a plaque commemorating Braddon. I still don't know how to say her name. It looks like Braddon to me. In Richmond Parish Church, which calls her simply Miss Braddon. A number of nearby streets are named after characters in her novels. Her husband was property developer in the area. I'm just going to pull my mic a little closer. I do like it a little further away because then it's not so intense, right? Sorry about that interjection. Braddon was a prolific writer, producing more than 80 novels with inventive plots. The most famous is Lady Audley's Secret, 1862, which won her recognition and fortune as a bestseller. Braddon began publishing the first chapters of her novel serially in July 1861 in Robin Goodfellow, a literary magazine owned by Maxwell, and then later Sixpenny magazine. Lady Audley's Secret was then republished as a novel and sold through 9 editions in its first year of publication. It has remained in print since its publication and been dramatized and filmed several times, with the first stage adaptation opening in London by winter of 1863. In addition to Lady Audley's Secret, Braddon's other best-known novel, Aurora Floyd, was published in 1863, since it also featured a woman trapped in a bigamous relationship. Ooh, what's bigamous mean? Bigamy! In a culture where only monogamous relationships are legally recognized, bigamy is the act of entering into a marriage with one person while still legally married to another. Okay, bigamy. I knew what bigamy meant, but for anybody who doesn't, that's what it meant. I didn't know what bigamous meant. Now I know. Aurora Floyd and... Okay. Since it also featured a woman trapped in a bigamous relationship, Aurora Floyd and Lady Audley's Secret have been referred to as Braddon's bigamy novels. Like Lady Audley, Aurora Floyd was first serialized in Temple Bar magazine before appearing in novelized form. Okay, that's all we need to read for now. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Braddon? I gotta make up my mind. Wrote several works of supernatural fiction, including the Pact with the Devil story, Gerard or the World, the Flesh and the Devil, 1891, and the ghost stories, The Cold Embrace, Eveline's Visitant, and At Crichton Abbey. From the 1930s onwards, these stories were often anthologized in collections such as Montague Summers' The Supernatural Omnibus, 1931, and 50 Years of Ghost Stories in 1935. Braddon wrote historical fiction too. In High Places depicts the youth of Charles I. London Pride focused on Charles II. Mohawks is set during the reign of Queen Anne. Ishmael is set at the time of Napoleon III's rise to power. Okay, and she founded a magazine. Braddon founded Belgravia magazine, 1866, which presented readers with serialized sensation novels, poems, and travel narratives, and biographies, along with essays on fashion, history, and science. It was accompanied by lavish illustrations and offered a source of literature at an affordable cost. She also edited Temple Bar magazine. So she was in the magazine biz. She was in the writing biz. She was an actress early on. She did a lot of stuff. And, guys, she had this relationship with this guy who, was a long time married already. Oh, my goodness. Scandal. Okay, let's go. So our quote. London's like a forest, we shall be lost in it is fab. And I grabbed a page. Was it in? Here we go. We got some forests here. I'm going to do forests, and then I'm going to do the tower, London Towers, the Tower Bridge in the center of it. And I thought that would be a really nice inky picture. And I wanted to just get some pictures, right? I wanted to get some nice pictures of just some inspo. Just get some inspo for the forest around. So I was thinking maybe this way. Cheers. Cheers to my coffee. I'm drinking Pete's coffee today. Typically Pete's is like too roasty for me, but I got a light I bought a light roast on sale at Whole Foods, and it was really inexpensive. It was like, let's just go in here. It was like 11 something for the bag. And I usually I like to buy my coffee from my local coffee shop. Like I buy bags from them, $13.69, and so what's my point? Uh-oh, I started drawing before I was done talking. Yeah, so I usually buy my coffee from there, and they carry Square One, which I think they're in Philly, and they do a bunch of different single source coffees, and so good. So I buy the bag there. And what I really like about my locals, well, first of all, I actually started doing that like earlier this year, but I kind of did it as a response to the whole Amazon boycott thing. Of course, I'm still on Amazon now, but anyway, that's a whole different story, honestly. That's another story for another day. But I wanted to purchase things locally, so I decided to buy my coffee locally. You know, I'm drinking coffee every day. Buy my coffee locally if I'm going to brew it at home, which I do. So I started buying the Square One bags. Well, first of all, I just started buying coffee from them. So I would buy their coffee. They have, whatever beans they have for the day. But then I realized that, they sometimes don't have, they're not always prepared to like sell the coffee that they actually brew, but they do sell the Square One in the bags. So I thought I would try it, and I love it. And my favorite coffees are like Ethiopia. I like Guatemala, Ethiopia, Ecuador. Is Ecuador coffee? I like that. Yeah, I like those coffees a lot. So I usually buy their Ethiopia, but they have some other ones too. And the cool thing about buying it at my local place, besides the fact that you're supporting your local place, is that you buy the bag. First of all, I have them grind it for me for the French press, so I don't have to do that every morning, because I don't want to be doing that every morning. And, the bag of coffee is not going to last that long anyway. So it's not like a freshness issue. And then you buy the bag and they give you a free small coffee of, whatever they have that's brewed. And they usually have two kinds that's brewed. They have a French roast, which I don't like, and then they have something else. And I always go with the something else because I don't like French roast. I like the something else. So it's kind of cool, right? You get a bag, you get your bag of coffee, and then you get a free coffee with it. So the days that I buy my coffee, do you guys care about that? I am just sharing like the minutia with you here. This is the minutia. This is the minutia of my coffee experience. They grind it for me. They give me a free 12-ounce coffee, which really is kind of enough coffee for me. Like, do I really need to be drinking more coffee than that? Probably not. All right. Where is my ink? So I clearly need to fill my pens. There's a little in there. There's some in there. I can hear it when I shake it. There's some in there. See? Hear that? See? It's in there. It's just the mechanism inside these pens is actually surprisingly complicated. It's surprisingly complicated for a pen that looks like the ink is just in here. If you if you were to YouTube how to hack refill one of these pens, you're gonna learn how wild it is. There's like chambers and stuff in here, and it's kind of like not what you expect because you're like, wait a minute, how can it be like this? How can it be? Where's this coming from? How can it have this? How can this pen be so complicated? You know, it looks so simple, and it's not like, you know, there's not a lot of you know, technical things happening here. Like what is this? But there's chambers. There's like there's like a chamber inside a chamber, and then that chamber is attached to this. Can I do it? Can I show you? Am I gonna have leaks and stuff if I show you? Oh, you can't see it, right? I forgot. It attaches to Oh, another thing about these pens, you think it's gonna turn to open and close one way, but it opens and closes. This might be a Kathy thing, I don't know. It might just be me. But I always seem to try and open it the wrong way. So now I'm gonna find, I did look up Tower Bridge, and I got a couple pictures. I want to do the Tower Bridge, and then I'm gonna do the quote above it. So if you can even believe this, I think, and maybe I'm speaking too soon. I could be speaking too soon, but I think we're going to finish this today. I think we're going to finish this today. Jeez, how come I have so many screenshots on here? Oop! There's like screenshot after screenshot. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, these are so cool. Posters from like the 1900s. Pretty cool. That's from yesterday. Harriet. That's from yesterday. Harriet Prescott Spofford. Unfortunately, your TV box isn't compatible. The things we screenshot, okay? The things we screenshot are pretty interesting sometimes. There we are. There's our bridge. I once did a pet portrait. I did pet portraits many years ago. And I did this dog, this really cute basset hound named Norbert. And I did him flying over the London Tower Bridge, not London Bridge. That's the Tower Bridge. Let's draw it, shall we? I got two nice pictures of it, but I really wanted one just like a face-on one. So we have water. So let's do our bridge like here. 2. We're just gonna do, this is gonna be silhouettes. Silhouette, I think, is best. What's going on out there? And should we do like the bridge? Wait, we like to do this part. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. And then we have, this was just an image that I got in my brain when I thought about that quote. I just thought, I think I want to do like, you know, a silhouette of like this forest silhouette. Oh, lefty problems. I'm trying to keep it easy for you guys today. I don't want to be dragging my paper all over the place, right? Let's see. Now let's do some water. Let's do some. And then they'll get bigger as we go out closer to us. They'll get bigger. Okay, let's see. Let's do a little. This is, they're on like these big, you know, I don't know what, marble, cement, something, not marble, stone, granite. They're on these big granite blocks. And then we have the bridge. And the bridge has, it's nice that this pen is like making a line for me. I like that. Makes it easier. And then in the center, there's this little crest situation. Like that. And then one, there's these little 1, 2. Cross hatches a little bit, just the idea of it. It doesn't have to be, obviously there's not a lot of room here to do anything, but that's good. And then we can do the actual drawbridge parts. Okay, and then tricky. Oh, yeah, I have to turn my paper. Apologies. Apologies. If we want this to look semi, you know. Oh, see? Oops. That's okay. It's alright. Looks like a shooting star. We have a shooting star in the middle of the river here. Let's see. There we go. All right, well, that's gonna do. That'll do. I like how that looks. That looks good. Okay, let's do a little water back here. Just like that. Little bit of like the shadow here. And then some more. See, it's so cool how you can make just like marks with your pen side. Just like, just like marks that look like water. Just use the side of your pen. And then the thing is, it's like, it's all in like the size of the mark and then where you place the mark. So when you're doing your little shadows, you can do your mark closer and then more intense. And then when you're doing, you know, further closer to you, they're more spread out and they're maybe a little bigger. And maybe they're even a little like more like that, right? Like there's more, they're bigger and they're bigger and more diffused is the word I'm trying to find to tell you. Not finding my word. And then we have some just little marks. And then we have the bridge part like this. And then a little bit of crosshatchy here, because that is the bridge, right? We got the bridge here. The bridge is here. The bridge is right here. The bridge is here. And then the quote is coming in a memento. And there we go. There's our bridge. Okay, so like we have like a, it's like a idea, right? It's like a sketch of the bridge, kind of. Let's do that so you can see better. Is that better for you? How's that? Okay. Let's see. Coffee time. Little coffee. All right. Now, we have trees. We have creepy trees, right? They look kind of like spooky. It's funny, the quote is not like specifically spooky, but let's do some little tiny little leaves on the top just to give us a little, because sometimes it's like you can do like a suggestion and it just fills in gaps, you know what I mean? You can fill in the gaps in your picture with just like a suggestion, just like a, you know, you can have like a gestural piece and then just like, oh, here's some leaves. Now it looks way more detailed with the little leaves on there, right? Okay, all right. And like with the little dapples of the water, that's like all you need, right? And then here it can look like, oh, you're gonna get lost in the forest here. Let's do some lines and like that. Or you can do like that. Get lost. Get lost. Okay, quote time. And we're almost there. We're almost there. I'm thinking maybe like we do for spooky times. Maybe we do like a mood or something. Not sure. Not sure. What do we want to do? Do we want a moon? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's look at our quote. Our quote is, London's like a forest. We shall be lost in it. Mary Elizabeth Braddon. How do we want to do this? I'm going to do this though. While I think about it, I'm going to just add some little dapples here. And I'm going to add some little dapples here. Okay. London's like a forest. We shall be lost in it. I have to move my camera just a hair because this is in my way. This light over here is in my way. So I'm just going to do like that. But I'm going to move you too, don't worry. I'll move you so you can see. Just rearranging some things here. be there. I just, you know, I have a little head up in the right corner there, and I don't want it to get, I don't want my head to get in your way. Maybe I'll just move to, maybe I'll take my head out of the picture, because, like, you know, do you really need to see my head? Probably not. Let me do... Maybe this is better. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. London's like a forest. We shall be lost in it. Oh, what do we want to do? Oh, do we want a little moon up here? And some little stars? I think that would be good. You know what would be really neat? Like half a moon. But, you know, half a moon doesn't, like, give you what you want. You know what I mean? Okay, let me look real quick. I'm just gonna real quick, because this is kind of like a pivotal moment. I'm just gonna sketch it a little bit, just a little bit. I'm gonna do a big, like that moon. And then I just don't want it to overshadow. I don't want it to overshadow the quote, you know? Maybe that's too big. Let's test this paper out and see if we think that it, you know, erases well while we're here, because why not? Erase is okay. Erase is okay. Do we want a moon down here? Up here? I think we want it up here though. Right? Yeah, let's do a little tiny moon. Just like that. Little moon. And then maybe some just like little... I know, I don't usually do stars with my brush pen, but I do want to keep... I want to keep in with this. I don't want to I don't want to start introducing a bunch of different types of lines in this, because this is very much what it is, and I love that about it. It is simplistic. It is simplistic. Simplistic. You know what? Let's try our... Look at this brush. Look at my brush. What is this little hangy? Ugh, I shut it wrong one day and it never came back, right? This is the same brush, basically, like it's a Pentel pocket brush pen. And it's like it's the respectable looking version of this, which I think this is perfectly respectable too. But I mean, I don't know how else to describe the difference, because they are both refillable. So, like, guys, what's the difference? I guess this one's good for your pocket, right? Oh, okay. I'm just adding in some stars here. Some little flaky stars in the sky. They look like little glitter. And let's do that just up here. And then we're going to write the words. London. L. London's lake. A forest. We shall be lost in it. I'm gonna do this. How's that? I'm gonna do that. Okay. We shall be lost in it. Okay, I like that. Let's just go right in. shall, because you know why? Because then you're just like committing and like be. And I think that's really important, that you commit to whatever happens. Because even if something happens that you don't like, or that you know, didn't plan for, it works out. You just make it work. And I love that. I mean, that's actually one of the, thank you for the hearts, whoever hearted, thank you. You're so sweet. It's true, you just gotta go in. Just gotta go in. And I love brush pen, because brush pen is so unpredictable. And there's so much of it that's just, it's so experiential. Like you have to, what am I doing? What am I doing here? You have to, I don't know. It's almost like, it's like a relationship. It's like you're constantly managing your relationship with your brush pen. I am a sucker for a tail. So there we go. Let's make tails everywhere. We shall be lost. Oh, we got to do a big L. We got to do a big L. Lost in it. All right. Are we feeling creepy yet, Ish? Have you ever been to London? I've been to London once. Not that long ago. It's lovely. I loved it. London is like a forest. We shall be lost in it. Now I'm going to write her name. Now, how do I want to do this? Mary Elizabeth Braddon. Okay, that's a lot of words. That is a lot of words for a small space. I have this little tiny brush pen. I'm just going to make some more stars as I go here. And let's see, what do we want to do? Do we want a tail here? Okay, we made a tail. Let's do a little bit of a more strong T there. Okay, I'm really happy with the balance here. I don't want to mess with the F. I could mess with the F. I do want to mess with the F. I'm lying. I want to mess with the F, but I'm not going to. Because sometimes you gotta like let it breathe. And sometimes it just is gonna be what it is. Like that's the beauty of the brush pen too. It's like sometimes you go back in, you're gonna make it so much, or I shouldn't say you're gonna make it worse, because I don't want to. Let's get rid of that thought process. Sometimes it's just gonna be what it is, and it looks like an F. I'm happy with it, because you know what's the worst thing in brush pen land? Things that look overworked. For instance, I will use something here as an example. I did not need to go back into that L, but I did. If I could do it over, I probably wouldn't have done that. And that's okay, because it actually looks fine. And you might not think, oh, Kathy went back into that L and now it has a funny looking tail. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. But, you know, it's just one of those things. You have to, sometimes you, so what I'm telling you is don't overthink and then overthink and then don't overthink. So yeah. I mean, I think it's like you just got to be in the flow with it and like not overthink your extras, you know, like not overthink after, because I've done that. And I really do think that sometimes you just wish that you didn't, you know. I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit more, because we're gonna do the name now. And when we do the name, you know, I want to be able to, I'm going to stand up for a second, because I need to like look at this from a standing position. Mary Elizabeth. Do I want to do it with the brush pen or do I want to do it? Yes. We're doing it with the brush pen, right? Because I'm going to be stubborn and I'm going to be committed to it. And I'm going to write Elizabeth first because I want to make sure I have enough room to write Elizabeth. And I'm really hoping that we're not getting, I'm really hoping that you're not seeing like my fingers. Like, I'm really hoping that you're not getting blur. That's what I'm trying to say. Mary Elizabeth. Let's do something fun with that E. All right. I'm going to zoom you even more because I just am. We're doing it. You're touching the paper. Mary Elizabeth Braddon. All right. Yeah, I like that. M A Braddon. Let's do a tail on the E because why not? B. Things got very quiet. I'm gonna turn you, and I'm gonna turn my paper, and I'm hoping that that leads to better visibility for you. Mary Elizabeth Braddon. Big finish. All right, cool. Let's do, should we do, yes, let's do it. Should we, yeah, okay. There we go. Ooh, let's do this M. Why can I not help myself? Because it's just so fun, right? Okay, let's do some little stars. Typically, you're never gonna see me be doing stars with my brush pen, but here I am. I just really didn't wanna, I don't wanna bring another piece, another material into this right now. This is just, it is brush pen land, and it should be. We want to keep it that way. We want to keep this in the brush pen world and not get, because sometimes it takes you a little out of it, you know? Like the looseness is part of the energy of it, right? That like, that wild, crazy little, you know, energy that you get from the brush pen is, I really want to do something with that moon because I can't help myself. And these brushes are like really nice and like dry-ish right now. So I kind of want to do like, should we do some clouds? I don't want to do anything that's gonna, let's test it out on another piece of paper real quick. I don't want to do anything that's gonna cause me to have to fix anything. Let's see if I can do, how do I get, Ugh, I juiced this up and now it's too juicy. Now it's not dry enough for me. Okay, well, let's see. Let's practice some little clouds, shall we? Let's practice some clouds. No, too wet, too wet. Our clouds are too moist. What's going on here? Oh, that's kind of a nice little cloud. I mean, that could work, right? Should we? Let's do it. Let's do that. Oh, darn it. That's not going to do. That is not going to do. That's okay, though. I'm going to leave it. I think we're going to leave this cloudless because I'm treading very close to the sun right now. And if I start doing what I am doing right now, which is, you're here, you're watching it, you know what I'm talking about. Don't overdo it. All right, here we are. London's like a forest. We shall be lost in it. Ooh, I love it. Ooh, this would look cute on a t-shirt. Can you imagine? Like that? If I did like, just kind of like a little bit of a, an edge around it that would look like that, softer. That's cool. I gotta tell you guys a little story. So I have this quote that I did right when I started doing brush pen. This was probably like 5 or 6 years ago. And it was the first t-shirt I ever did with, I do t-shirts. It's, like in the past 8 years. Okay. I started doing them. It was the first one that I printed out and tested. And it was a quote about London. And it was by, I think the quote is accredited to Watson, Sherlock Holmes Watson. And it's not for sale anywhere, but I have the t-shirt and this reminds me of that. And it, as such, it also reminds me of that sort of experimental excitement that you get when you're doing something new and you don't know. I mean, I think I love that feeling because I'm here live streaming and like committed fully, in full commitment, live streaming every day, twice a day, and with full belief that full commitment and full belief in it, in what I'm doing with it, even though, things tell a different story, like your numbers, like it's, I won't get into it, but it's, it's slow growth is good growth, right? Isn't that what they say? And we're about to hang it up, but I wanted to share with you that every day I am illustrating a new page of my coloring book, which I'm working on, Night Garden Fairy Cats. And yesterday, here's the one I did. And those streams are vertical for now. And it's been really fun. And there's been, a really nice crowd in there. And we're all kind of chatting and having a good time. And just inking in Procreate, using Procreate 5.4, the new Procreate update, and using the fabulous Kyle brushes that are in here. And, talking about brushes, just chit-chatting. So I just wanted to share that with you. I do a live stream at 12:30 p.m. Eastern every day. It used to be a quiet live stream. I'm not saying it's not quiet anymore, because it is still quiet if there's nobody there and I'm not talking. I don't plan on, it's not like this where we have a topic, a prompt, this, that, and chatting and learning and, finding out about these new cool things and whatever, or old things that we didn't know about. It's me drawing, but I do chat if there's people to chat with who want to chat. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you about that. And in those live streams, I've been working, like last month I did my roses coloring book, which I'm working on right now to get created. It's going to be a mixed media coloring book, and that's very exciting because I can't wait to do it. And that's what these are going to be. Oops, 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 here we go. These inks are going to be in that book, and but all black ink, not colored. And then you can color them in yourself, and the paper's going to be really nice and strong. So it will take, you know, some wet media and stuff like that. Anyway, I wanted to let you know about that. And so, yeah, so I'll be back at 12:30 doing another page of Night Garden Fairy Cats. And tomorrow I'll be back with our 8th prompt of Inktober, women writers of horror and goth, but mostly goth, and lots of other things too, because a lot of these writers, you know, they didn't only write goth. Oh, thank you, Grace. Thank you. Yeah. So a lot of these writers did other things. I hope you're doing good today, Grace. And I'll be back at 12:30. Hold on, I'm gonna just say goodbye. I'm gonna pop my head in the frame for a sec and say, I'm waiting to pop in. Hold on, waiting to pop in. There I am. Have a great day, and I hope to see you at 12:30. And if I don't, I hope to see you at 10 tomorrow morning for another one of these. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.